instead of stealing.
But taking from this store is really taking from yourself. We are home to a lot of senior citizens and elders who have to eat at this store. And the more we take from this store, we put the store in jeopardy of closing down.
A Giant Food spokesperson told Fox 5 in part of a statement today, we do not have any current plans to close our Giant Food store on Alabama Avenue. However, we need to be able to run our stores safely and profitably. The reality is that theft and violence at this store is significant and getting worse, not better. As a result, it is becoming increasingly more difficult to operate under these conditions. We also want to know, it's about 2 months ago, we spoke with the head of Giant, who did warn that they are spending tens of millions of dollars when it comes to both what they are losing in theft, but also the money that they're paying to increase security at their different stores. The head of Giant saying then that they really need to work with the community on this because they do not want to close their stores. The mayor's office got back to us today saying that the mayor is working very diligently on public safety, but also making sure that everyone in the district has access to safe and healthy food. We are told that she is supposed to meet with Giants representatives sometime next week. Guys.
Okay, congregation family, we want to tackle this subject right here. Where can we effectively make a change? Does the presidential election really make a change in our lives when we're voting for them? Okay, so we have that. Where can we effectively make a change? And does that presidential election, do we see that change coming down to us, trickling down to us? I say no. The presidential election, no, President Biden or President Trump, that'll affect us in some degree, but not our everyday degree where we see it in our local, wherever city you stay in. Okay, voting there, who's your mayor, who's representing you on that aspect, the bottom level of grassroots organization at the bottom. That's where we'll see change in our cities. What's going on in your city? Is the violence so bad? That's where I'm going to say that we will see as just a common man, where we can really affect something that's going around in our neighborhoods and in our community. What do you say, Kane?
Bro, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. If you start at the right where you at, your city, local city, if that is the mayor, the school superintendent, things of that nature, sheriff, all these people are elected. All these people are elected. You gotta do your research, because those cities that have all the little defunding the police, those you see a lot of certain cities, not all cities, but certain cities, they do the smash and grab. Why? Because they change. What did they do, man? They changed the laws where it's got to be over $1,000.
Yes.
So they'll go up in CVS, they'll go up in Walgreens and just yank stuff off the shelf like it's nothing. Turn around, maybe sell it, maybe use it, whatever, right? And then now you have to go to those cities and everything's in a cage. I need you to come over here so I can unlock this this glass case just to get some lotion. You know what I'm saying? That's what has to happen now in those cities. That's ridiculous. And is that Biden's fault? No. That governor.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, I'm agreeing with you.
That's locally. They made those laws because it's not happening everywhere. If that was the case, it would be happening in every city. Everybody be smashing and grabbing everything. They know where they can get over, right? So you know that even though you may have a governor that's Republican, but if you have a maybe a Democratic mayor or vice versa or whatever, they may have different views, and they try to, they sometimes they agree, sometimes they disagree, right?
Kane, I got a confession.
Go ahead.
I got a confession right now.
Go ahead.
Family, I remember, I don't know how many months it was. Not trying to pick on him. Chicago's mayor. I said, give him time. I was adamant. I wanted to defend him. I have a confession today. Now, I wanted him to have the adequate amount of time to see what he could do to tackle the situation, the violence, and everything that's going on. But as we watch, it's been a couple of months, as we watch and see that not too much has changed. Not too much has changed. And he seems to make different let's see,
I can tell you a
what
chain.
excuses.
I can tell you a chain.
That's just a big large gathering. No, sir, they are looting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing. And we can't keep saying just because they're impoverished. People, and I will say this, once it affects your family, you will think differently.
Mm-hmm.
We can't give, even if they're young, these young people a pass on what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want the change, we we as a people, and forget race, all of that, we as a people have to vote the people we want in locally and start changing that away. And that's it. We don't care what they're doing right now in DC. Locally, what is going on in your community?
Yeah.
Why can't grandmama, now they done robbed the CVS so much, they done closed it down and moved. Now she has to take the bus if she don't have a car. She got to call you. Hey, can you come pick me up? Because you know they done shut it down because they was looting. Everybody was clapping or whatever when they was grabbing the things, filming it. Come on.
Yep.
We hurting ourselves, and do we even know it?
I'm telling you, man, it's so crazy. Here, let's watch this here and see what we got
Giant
here.
Food is removing some brand name products from its Alabama Avenue store in Southeast over theft concerns. The store is the only full service supermarket east of the river. In the coming weeks, there will be no more items like Tide detergent, Colgate toothpaste, and Advil. The company released a statement citing, quote, unprecedented levels of theft there. Community leaders held a rally last month calling on the community to help prevent that Giant from shutting its doors altogether.
We have to be responsible
Hmm.
and accountable to ourselves and to our relatives, to our loved ones, and patronizing these businesses, but also respecting these establishments. Essentially, what they said was they are getting a lot of pressure to stay open, that they can't survive losing the 20% of their revenue every month.
Giant says none of the tactics are the ultimate solution, but it will continue to invest in efforts that will improve safety.
All right, so this is the first
Kane.
thing that people will say in this situation. What would they say? They will say, "Hey, they closing down the stores, making the black folks have to go farther. They don't do that in the white neighborhood. They don't do all." What's the reason why? Why didn't that guy right there? And they may have cut some of the video. I give it to him. They may have cut some of the video. Why didn't he just say, "These people in this community, stop. You are the reason that this Giant is getting rid of their name brand stuff." They're like, "We can't even get the name brand." So then somebody complain like, "Why you got this off-brand stuff in here?" That's all they got over there. That's how they treat us. No, that's how y'all treating yourself. That community is doing it to themselves, and you know that. You know that,
Just what I said. Just what I said. Yes, Kane.
man.
And
They need to get their act
grandmama.
together. I know grandma
And
ain't in there snatching, but it's them youngsters and them those adults that ain't got no sense, and it ain't because they need their next meal. Because you know that's the cop out. Well, they ain't got no money, so that's why they over there stealing.
and Kane,
Yeah,
I would say,
I
Kane,
don't believe that. Go ahead.
Kane, I would say, when we was listening to that, and they said the store, they was gonna close the store, but they got pressure to stay open.
Mm-hmm.
They could have said no.
Sure
If they
could.
losing 20% every month, what
Yeah,
business
can't
can
you
survive?
can't.
And they're a chain.
Yeah.
So the mom and pop stores are definitely done
Mm-hmm.
if they're doing that right there.
Yeah. See, but see, they'll take all that money from them. Remember, they still employing the people in the community. They will lose their jobs too, because what can you do? You can't afford to even pay the salaries, let alone the goods that are on the shelves. So it don't make any sense, man. Hold ourselves
And
accountable, man. I'm pretty sure that's an all black neighborhood. I know it is. I know it is. Southeast DC. That's exactly what they said. All black neighborhood. We doing it to ourselves.
But then I will say this, and they beg them to stay, and they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it condition on a condition basis
Mhm.
or whatever. If they still continue to get these items, people just going in there and stealing, and then if they're stealing Tide and all of these things, and you go to whatever parking lot or wherever, and people have Tide for sale.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Hey, you can get these two things for $10,
Mm-hmm.
$20. I got these pods
Mm-hmm.
for sale.
Mm-hmm.
You just supporting your demise, the community's demise.
Yep.
So we can't. I get what you. I give it to you on that. We can't cry racism and things of that nature when they up and leave, because you would do the same thing
Yeah.
if you were the business owner.
Yes. If you own that grocery store, you own that grocery store, and every time you look around, for one, you got to pay for security now. Yeah, you got to pay for a security to stand at the
Kane,
door. You have to pay that. That's
Kane,
another expense that you didn't have at first, but now you got to do it. Certain neighborhoods don't require a armed security guard to be at the door, but there
and
it does. Why?
Kane,
Because of
and
this.
Kane, I would say this, and what will happen? You have security. Now you might have an armed security guard at the grocery store.
Yeah.
What happens if that armed security, let's say is a white person, and shoots a black individual because they're stealing goods and everything?
Mm-hmm.
What is gonna happen then? I could think of many things that they will be upset, that people will be upset, not they, that people will be upset. And what usually happens? Now we finna burn something down.
Yeah. They just spend
And
the
now we
story.
just done destroyed this.
They spend the story, bro.
Come on.
Yeah,
And it'd be spent.
yeah,
Think about it.
oh, yeah. That's exactly what it is, man. They even talking about using the National Guard to be at the stores.
What?
They was even talking about that. So that's what I'm saying. Like that for DC, because I was hearing I was heard a little
We're not
news
in the,
review over that, but I was like, this is ridiculous.
we're
Why do
not
you
in the
need
third
all that?
world country.
We treating it as such though. Why are we doing this to ourselves in our own community? Yes, you have the grocery stores. Yes, you have these other establishments. But what happens in those communities? The clubs get shot up. The grocery stores, they start stealing from the grocery stores. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
leave trash and everything on the streets and just hope the city just pick it up. Don't even take pride in where they live. So what do you expect? So it wouldn't be the slums if it wasn't for that. Because I know, like back in the day, it used to be. You know how I don't know. Have you ever been to Compton? Have you been to Compton County?
No, I've never been to
Okay.
Compton. No, I haven't. I
So
haven't.
yeah, it used to be all white, and then now it's all black, right? Or Hispanic and a little mix in between. But now it's just
Compton was white.
yeah,
Oh, I never knew that. I never knew. What?
yeah.
1904? Oh,
Somewhere. But look, it used to be nice. But now
okay.
bars on the window and everything else going on over there. And you've heard all about the other things there, and you've seen videos of, in the past and all of that. But it changed because of what? Is it because of us? Is it because a white man did it to us? I mean, all we do is point
No.
fingers. This is
Yeah.
all we doing right here. We're never looking at ourselves. Never. Never. Take responsibility, y'all. Put it in the
I agree with
comments if
you.
you disagree with me. If you disagree with me and you feel like, you know what, we just got dealt a bad hand, and things ain't going right. They don't have jobs. They cutting us and they doing blah blah blah. Put it in the comments. We'll respond to it.
Yeah.
Keep this
But
conversation going after this video, because I really want
and
y'all to know that it's out there. You just don't want to see it. Go ahead, bro.
and I well, and everything that we said, family, I just saw the moderator comments.
Uh-huh.
It ties into the local, what we're gonna do at the local level
Mm-hmm.
as far as voting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, and I would be surprised. It would be a blessing. I think one day it's gonna happen, Kane.
What is?
And
What is?
family congregation, I'm gonna put it out there in the atmosphere, as y'all say. Put it out in the universe. Kane gonna run for office one day at the local level. I'm putting it out there. But look, and first right here on the YouTube streets.
Mhm.
But it would be so good and great to see somebody who stands by their morals, that has that good foundation, and is for the community and the people. And it's not no black, no white, no any type of race, just for the people.
Yeah.
People doing right, people doing good.
But you know what'll happen though? What'll happen is they'll dig deep into these videos that I have done and said things that I have said, which
You're
I
gonna
don't go
run
back
one
on
day.
it. I don't go back on it. It's
Yes,
just
yes,
this is that point in time. I'm gonna need y'all to be what I always say in the present. Y'all can live in the past
yes.
if you want to and go dig up some stuff or whatever. That's fine. But if I was to do something like that, you know that'll happen. But
Well, we don't have time
yeah,
for it.
but it happens, you know. Oh,
Yes.
he said that it was so provocative. You know, people don't think like that. Well, whatever, whatever. But anyway, local level, start locally. Your supervisor, the school superintendent, the sheriff, the mayor, the governor, who they are, what they do. Go down there and go down to those council meetings and
Thank you.
voice your opinion about different things. Go down there and tell them. They give you a little 2 minutes or whatever. Go down there and say, "Hey, this is happening in
That's
my
it.
neighborhood.
That's it.
I need y'all to have more whatever, whatever." If you don't say anything, nothing will change.
Community policing, and
Oh,
one you go to those meetings and they talk about, okay, we're gonna zone this for this neighborhood.
mm-hmm,
If you know about it, why would they put I remember when Jacksonville, Florida, they had these areas where you could play, like, it wasn't slots, but it's almost like gambling, but only people of low moral character sometimes would be there, to be shootings, robberies, all of these things
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
in these neighborhoods.
Yeah,
But where were they at? In the A lot in the black community
yeah,
or whatever. But if you don't know, if you don't go to meetings, yeah, things will pop
yeah,
up. No, we don't want that here.
yeah.
Let's get that somewhere else.
Yeah, that
So
that that's I agree with you totally, man. So you guys, if you want to make a change, this is my final thought. If you want to make a change, start locally where you at. Yes,
yeah,
definitely still vote for president and senators and things
yeah,
of that nature, but also know who locally there who can make
yes.
different changes in your community that will directly affect you and your family. How about you, Mitch?
Hey, that's it. You took the words out of my mouth.
Hey,
That's it. And let's get serious about it,
for
people.
sure.
Let's get serious about it.
Yeah, that's the uncomfortable truth. Aye.
Roger that. Let's
Baby.
go.
If you don't want to see us, but you want to just listen to us, we on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, all of them. All of them.